Welcome everyone, it's Daily Advanced Madden and we're in week 13. Some teams it's almost do or die in that big playoff push. Now before we get to that action, we're going to take a look back at who earned your week 12 highlight of the night. Coming in third place is going to be My Jumper is Green and the Chicago Bears. First with the user lurk. Now he's going to have some traffic to beat and watch this. Whoop! Makes the play and he's into the end zone. Coming in second place, watch the Rams user snap crackle trying to chase down DK Metcalf in a clincher of a play. That would pretty much seal it for the Rams. Great job by Snap Crackle picking up the interception. And the number one play of the night, putting Saquon in a little orbit, and man does he spin out of it up the sidelines. Beautiful play. What a great play by Saquon Barkley, Starboy and the Jets, earning your Week 12 highlight of the night. As mentioned, the playoff push is on. We've got some crazy highlights, some big finishes, some people rising to the top, some dropping out. Let's head to your Week 13 highlights. First stop is going to be in Baltimore, where Keys to the City and his New England Patriots, who've made big strides this year, go take on Matt Cole and his Ravens. With the score, nothing. It's going to be Patriots looking to pass. Little bit of pressure coming in from the right, and that corner route is absolutely bagged, and Humphrey's going to get it down to about the 10-yard line. And with the score 7-0 Ravens, it's going to be the Patriots with the ball, looking for what seemed like a wide open corner route, and superstar ability acrobat Marlon Humphrey goes and lays out and made a play while the Patriots receiver doesn't animate at all. I mean, doesn't even stick out his hands. But the defense of the Patriots coming back with an interception of their own. 10-7 ball game. Patriots with the ball. Going to be De'Aaron King on play action, looking over the top, tight coverage, but hauls it in for a big 7, 13-10 Patriots when Trask on the corner route. Great job with 2 seconds left, getting out of bounds, and it's going to be Tucker from the logo picking up the 3 points to tie the ball game going into the half. Now, in the third quarter, 2:24 to go, Trask calls his own number, takes the contact, gets into the end zone. It's 2013 Ravens when De'Aaron King steps up in the pocket, looking to deliver a strike, but it's the Ravens secondary yet again jumping in front of it. Big interception, and this would lead to a Dobbins run up the middle. He's gonna get in, make it 27-20 at that point. And forget a long grinding drive with a $1:14 left. It's a one play, get the blocks, hit the seam, off to the races, touchdown, and they want to end it right now, looking for a 2-point play, and the Ravens stop it to get the win. Down to the wire, a 1-point ball game in this one. Matt Cole and the Ravens taking the win in Baltimore. With Scythe playing some great football, he and his Bengals are in Pittsburgh to take on Beast Mode and the Steelers. Just in case you're wondering, I used to say Sith, but
Scythe.
How you say that again?
Scythe.
So we need men working here. What I want you to notice is, right now, pretty balanced, right? Scythe goes to a monster option where he's got numbers on the outside. Steelers don't move. I'm watching the tackling on this screen very carefully. That looks like a pull-away intentional giving up 7. That's unacceptable. If ever on a highlight we see that going forward, you lose -2 to a top 5. I might not even contact you to let you know who's getting it. Make certain you are working every down with integrity. Look at this here. Not good. Not impressed. 40-person wait list. Keep that in mind. Okay, now for people who are working hard, here's Scythe on defense. Warner's gonna step up in the pocket, but he's surrounded. Here comes a strip fumble, and that'll do it in Pittsburgh. one of the hottest teams in the NFL, definitely in the AFC. Scythe and the Bengals, 38-6 in this one. With both squads looking like they're heading to the playoffs, Connor having a great season with his Chiefs, and Blitz having a great season with the Texans. Let's head to Arrowhead for the highlights. Nothing ball game because there's 7 minutes left in the first quarter, and that's usually what the score starts at. And here it's going to be Watson hitting a man on almost a broken play. 7 broken tackles later, he's down to the 2-yard line. Eventually they would score, but we pick this one up 14-7 for the Texans, and Watson rolls right, gonna find Ross over the top, and nobody gonna catch him. He'll get into the end zone. They'd missed the extra point though, and it's 14-13, and here on a little jet sweep, it's going to be a Texans touchdown with a big juke, just staying in bounds afterwards, and 21-13 when Watson, looking for the post, finds some trouble in that Texans secondary, and Watson looking to make a tackle, and the secondary of the Texans gonna crib it. Make it 31-13 at that point when Jordan Love's gonna roll to his right, looks over the top and finds his man Devontae Adams in the end zone for the touchdown. 41-13, and Watson looking to put a little mark on his old club. Nice dot to end the game. Deshaun Watson facing his old team in the Houston Texans, but today it was Blitz with Jordan Love getting the win in Arrowhead. Jags 4-1-2 hitting the road to Washington to take on Mike Drops and his football team. 10-0 for the football team when it's going to be Sproles up the middle getting stripped, and it's going to be the football team taking possession yet again with a 10-0 lead. It's going to be Tagovailoa. Almost hit as he throws, gets the ball off, and McLaurin's gonna get to the end zone. 17-0 at this point when the Jags looking for Sproles in the corner, and he sends the ball. That's a tight dot. Not a lot of space remaining, but it works. That's a touchdown. 24-14 when we pick it back up, and it's gonna be Gibson finding the blocks, finding the space, creating the space, and he's off to the races. Nobody's gonna catch him. A big home win in Washington for Mike Drops as he cools down the red-hot Jags. Playing with you in that high-flying offense, looking to get back on track in Indianapolis versus J-Rock. First quarter, 7-0 Indy when Trey Lance gonna drop back to pass, surveys the field, and when he lets it go, does not see the hook zone over the middle, and that's gonna be a pick six, turn it into a 7-all ball game when Jalen Hurts takes over, is under center, single back formation, calling out the orders, and he's gonna roll a little to his right, almost hit as he throws, but he's gonna connect with Jalen Reagor up the left-hand side. And here Hurts one more time over the middle to Atwell. That'll do it. Back on track indeed. Big win for playing with you and the Eagles. In an NFC West battle, Miller's Niners head to Seattle to take on Ryan and his Seahawks. Typically great providers of clips, but there's nothing to share from this game. Maybe late, maybe not at all. Who knows what happened, but happy birthday to Miller this week, and we'll move on to the next. The Seahawks look to be back in fine form. Big win today for Seattle. With both Port City and King X21 desperate for wins, it's the Cowboys into New Orleans to take on the Saints. Here it's going to be Dak dropping back to throw. Great pressure off the edge is incredible and forces an errant throw, really. It seemed like that ball could have been caught, but it just sailed over, and the linebacker able to bring it in for 7. 21-14 for the Saints at this point, bringing in all the big bodies for the run, and Kamara, just an incredible job on the run, getting through everybody. And that would make it 28-14 at that time. Fast forward, 35-21. Saints looking to ice it, and Kamara one more time up the middle, untouched. And that'll do it in New Orleans. The Saints firing on all cylinders in this one, getting the win in New Orleans. Another big NFC West matchup. It's Snap Crackle headed to Arizona to take on Tommy and the Cardinals. Late in the first quarter, nothing ball game. It's going to be Lamar running for his life. Gets the ball off in tight traffic. That's going to be caught for a Cardinals touchdown. Now here with Tyree Jackson having the ball, goes play action, looking for a route up the left-hand side, eventually into double coverage, and the tip drill goes into the hands of the Cardinals. But fast forward, it's now 29-15. Strevler's in at quarterback, and he's going to look to the right-hand side and deliver an absolute dot. But that's as close as they would come. Great ball game in Arizona. Snap Crackle and his Rams taking this one 30-22. With the Vikings' playoffs hope very dead in the NFC, they head to Green Bay to take on the rival Packers and Grand Marquis. Aaron Rodgers thrives in this type of weather. It could even be colder, and he just love it here. Danny Dimes, 3/4 sleeves because he finds this quite chilly, but nice little hot dot up the middle. But on the same drive, the way this one's going to end is looking up the right seam, thinks he has a man, but truth is that is just bagged by the center fielder. Darnell Savage animates, goes over, makes the easy play, easy interception, and Rodgers, no mistake here, has a crosser to the left, goes over top of the coverage, fights into the end zone, and that's going to be a Packers touchdown. Now here, watch Jair jumping to the inside. Beautiful job beating Cassina to the pass. And like the Vikings have done all year, they give up 4 or 5 picks a game, but they tackle hard. In this case, Danny Dimes making his own tackle. And play action now, it's going to be Rodgers with a dot up the left-hand side, and that'll do it. An absolutely dominating performance by Grand Marquis in this one. Big win for the Packers. JJ Bands and his Buffalo Bills head to New York to take on Starboy and his Jets. Not a feel-good game in this one. We had a rules violation. Check it out. 1 rusher by the Bills. Not a thing we do in Daily Advanced Madden. Minimum 3 any down. Now it looks like Roethlisberger to Santonio Holmes for the Super Bowl. Beautiful play. That's what it looks like over the Cards back in the day. Now here, Saquon up the middle, but that'll do it from New York. A win that the Bills needed to have in New York. Jets still atop the AFC East. Zona and the Chargers into Las Vegas to take on King Cube and the Raiders. Now here we have a nothing ball game. Chargers could be Eckler up the middle. He drives it in. That's going to be 7-0 for the Chargers at that point. Fast forward, 21-0. Look it over, a little seam pattern. Look not too bad, but those Chargers animate, get on it quick. It's 28-0 at this point. Now here, going to be Stafford looking up the sideline. Good dot near the end of the half, but ran out of time and wasn't able to score. And here, the Raiders with a big interception, looking to outrun people and click on that might have been a mistake. I'm not sure how that went, but touchdown. Zona looking great, headed towards the playoffs. Big win in Las Vegas. With King J-Lou looking like he's getting it back on track, takes on CJ Reigns, who's picked up some huge wins this year. Let's head to Cleveland for the highlights. Quite a northeasternly weather pattern going on in Wisconsin and Ohio, just driving rains. And speaking of driving the football over the middle was Joe Burrow, getting the 7 points for the Dolphins. Now Cordell White looking to the flats, overthrows his man, and coming down on it is the Dolphins, and they're going to crib it, making it 14-0. At that point, wearing 33 with the white sleeves. Of course, he's a great player. Now, the Browns on a 2-point conversion, able to get the pick. I'd say pick 6, but it's a pick 2. That'd make it 25-8 at that point. Now, fast forward towards the end of the game, 5:29 to go. Needing to make a stop, but up the sideline, Preston Williams just snatching the ball off the man's head. Touchdown. Great win for King J-Lou and his Dolphins in Cleveland. Are they playing a football game, or is this a battle for the cover of GQ magazine? the tie, the shirt, well-dressed sharp, the beard, the fade. It's all going on the line in Tampa Bay. JJ and his Bucks taking on Oh Yeah Next and his Giants. Nothing. Why? Again, because it's the very first play of the game, and all games start at nothing. And here, Chubb just inside out, whoop, making all the plays. He's off to the races, 7-0. 10 seconds into this one. Chubb, no stranger to the end zones, tons of long runs this season, and here, Mahomes looking over, hit as he throws, the ball goes up, and it's going to be Shaq Barrett picking it up, sure-handed on that one. It's going to be 14-10 at that point for the Buccaneers when Mahomes hands off to Chubb one more time, and off to the races. He hits that line, and he is just gone. Now, later in the ball game, 28-23, fourth quarter, 2-minute warning, Coleman to the end zone, and that'll seal it. A great battle in Tampa Bay. JJ and his Bucks prevail with a home victory over the Giants. Before we get to the huge battle that was my jumper is green and his Bears versus Joey and the Lions, let's take a look at some of the scores from around the league. It was Timmy and his Panthers with a forced win over DZ and the Falcons. In a game that took place but all of their share buttons were broken, Tennessee over Denver. Now, as promised, Joey's Lions into Chicago to take on my jumper is green and the Bears. Now here it's 21-7 wild ball game and to the flats. Good click on by my jumper is green and nobody's gonna catch him off to the races. That would make it 21-13 as jumper either went for two or missed the extra point. And I mean, pro tip, why are we going full meter on the extra points? A lot of extra points missing. Not very good. But speaking of very good, Tyreek Hill and his tiny little neck. I mean, it's not tiny. It's a pretty thick neck, but not very long, So a lot of girth to the neck, but doesn't reach, very far away from his shoulders. With that being said, it's Detroit going to the little crosser. And it's going to be Trevathan, always a great pass cover linebacker, getting in the end zone. 39-31 for the Bears at this point when the Lions get into field goal range, which doesn't help them much. That was just to conserve clock. And set up this fighting to the end zone. They need a 2-point conversion or this ball game is over. Now here the Lions try to spread them out, but the Bears don't go outside. That's a pretty heavy box. And a lot of contact, but Swift fights and gets the yards. It's a 39-all ball game when here, the Bears from the logo, after missing single points, able to punch it through for the win. A great NFC North battle in this one. Down to the final second, big field goal for my jumper is green as the Chicago Bears prevail with a home victory. With all the intense action around the league, let's take a look at some of the top performers in our Players of the Week. King X21 and Alvin Kamara of the New Orleans Saints, able to pick up NFC Offensive Player of the Week, 296 rushing yards to go with his 4 rushing touchdowns on the day. Now, NFC Defensive Player of the Week, it's going to be the cornerback of Ryan, Seattle Seahawks, Coleman with 2 tackles, 2 interceptions, and a touchdown in a big win over the Niners. Now, in the AFC Offensive Player of the Week, Jordan Love of the Houston Texans showing up big for blitz at 225 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown to go with 2 rushing touchdowns in the big win. Now, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, I think this is his 3rd time through. Sean Krause with 3 tackles and 4 interceptions on the day for the Titans. It's that time. Let's take a look at our nominees for Highlight of the Night. Given the standings, almost a must-win football game, so many of them are these days, it was Alvin Kamara with the run up the middle, finding the gaps, finding the seams, great cuts, and off to the races. One of our 3 nominees for Highlight of the Night. Now here, it's going to be the Texans going to the jet sweep and has men to beat, and what a job! Getting the juke blitz with the big move on that one in here. After missing single points earlier in the game from the logo while iced, does the job as time expires for a big win. Some great nominees to choose from. Please make sure to leave your vote in the comment section below. For our question of the day, let us know, what are your plans for this Sunday? What's this Sunday? This Sunday is two things. Number one, it's Valentine's Day. What were the odds of the calendar doing us dirty like that? What's the plans on Sunday? And what's your plan at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on that special day? Usually we get her done in about a half hour, but let us know if you're part of the league. You making it that night? Good luck acquiring some phenomenal players and maintaining relationships. So with that, that's our look at Week 13. Thank you so much for coming along for the ride, and for everybody at Daily Advanced Madden, I'm kmac33, wishing you a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow with Week 14.